If you're a fitness professional who is a little lost and unsure as to what your targets are going to be for this second quarter of 2024, then this video is for you. Andrew Wallis here from Andrew Wallis Consultancy, and in this video I'm going to outline the framework of the quarterly intensive. I do this, strangely enough, every 90 days, so every quarter, and quarter two is no exception. And it's around about this time of the year that most successful PTs are starting to plan out what their goals are for this second quarter from the 1st of April through to the 30th of June. And Q2 isn't a milestone that generally gets much notice, if I'm perfectly honest. It's almost like a second album from the latest in vogue indie band. It all feels a little bit meh. They had a fantastic first album, Q1, and the second one is not really up to scratch because it's got none of the excitement or the newness of the first quarter of the year, and certainly none of the fierce urgency of dragging things over the line that generally comes in the final quarter, Q4 of each year. It is, however, an important milestone. And what I want you to think about and what actions I think that you should take that are going to play their role in the success you have for the rest of the year. So it is, as with any quarter, it is an important quarter to have drive, direction and desire to make things happen. So let me share you an overview of what I do within the intensive, and if you wish you can join us live to work through the workbook when we go through this in a few days' time. Won't go through all of it, but generally when we're looking at setting out our goals and our action points for the quarter, I generally like to take a look back and start out by reviewing. And this review is looking back over the first 3 months of the year, that last quarter, Q1. What wins did you have? So that's where we start here in the left-hand corner, the top left-hand corner. Then it's looking at, why those wins were important to you. I think that's always plays an important part. Why was it important on that side of things? Equally, as we move into the center of the page here, the business of you. I'm a big fan of the Japanese philosophy, Kaizen, self-development. So I'll always look to set myself some goals and targets to improve my personal development. And equally, that's what I'm looking at here for you. So what self-development activities did you engage in over the last 12 weeks, over the last 90 days? Left space here for you to fill in. And then what I like to do is score myself how well I did out of 10. So often in life, we set these goals, we set these New Year's resolutions, and we don't take them much further. We may even go as far as writing them down, but where does that piece of paper go? Generally into a drawer, or it gets lost in a pile of other papers to be quickly forgotten about. That doesn't get us forward, does it? So what I like is that we can outline them, and then at the end of each quarter, each 90 days, we can give ourselves a score out of 10. 10 out of 10? Are we being totally honest? If you are, fantastic. If you laid out your goals for self-development and you hit every one, great work. But I like to see, I think continuous development is key. So if you're getting a 7, 7.5, certainly an 8 or a 9 or a 10 out of 10, then you're making good progress. But it's an important element, as I say. Now we start looking forward at what are we looking forward to over the next quarter, and we can list out some elements there. I've left a number of spaces there, but generally, 2 to 3 items I think is a nice sweet spot. 3 to 5 at the max, but as I say, I think 2 to 3 it gives us enough focus and enough bandwidth over 90 days to be able to achieve that. Anything else, if we put too much here, it just becomes a bit of overwhelm and we just end up feeling frustrated. The bottom components here, the first one, commitment level, is an interesting one. For those that don't know me, I love travel. I love to explore. I love new places, new experiences. So play on words here with the travel and looking at lounge, economy, business and first class. So I use this in relation to the commitment level that you are placing upon yourself going forward for the next 90 days. And I got this this framework from my mentor, Chris Ducker of youpreneur.com. So shout out to Chris on that, because this has given me such guidance and such direction to make things happen, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. But the commitment level, what does it mean? Well, we might have the best intentions. We might think, hey, we're going to achieve all these great action steps over the course of the next 90 days. And don't get me wrong, I believe you. I believe that you truly want to achieve greatness. But if we're being totally honest and we were to hold the mirror up in front of ourselves, how realistic are we with our intentions? Are we sitting in the departure lounge? We're all ready to go. Yes, we're going to actually make it happen this time, but then life gets in the way, and in 90 days time we look back and think, you know what, we didn't even get on the plane. We were stuck in the departure lounge. Hopefully you're not at that point. My hope is that you're actually made it through the departure lounge and you're actually on the plane. But are you sat way back at the back of the plane in economy? That seats next to the toilet. Not a great place to be, not a great experience. But you are on the plane and you are taking action and you are having some success in achieving your goals over the next 90 days. But it's not a pleasant experience. Ideally, we want to be in business or first class. We're at the front or towards the front of the plane. We've got all the advantages and benefits of being a VIP flyer, and we're getting the complimentary champagne, we're getting the nicer food choices, and overall the journey is a much more pleasant experience. We enjoy the journey because that gets us where we want to be, but in a manner in which we're enjoying it. And that enjoyment then brings traction into the next quarter and then the following quarter, and ultimately then we have a fantastic year. So are you all in with your commitment to achieving your goals for this coming quarter? Are you along for the ride and sat in economy, or did you not get on the plane? You had the great ideas, but you just aren't ready to take action. And ultimately then, what are you wanting from the session? And this is what I asked the question to the clients that join me on the actual live session. Won't go through this, but those clients that work with me, this is the roadmap that we take from starting out as a fitness professional, right out the gate. You're a raw recruit, taking you through to 3,000 a month in monthly revenue. Then we go through and we have elements that we look to put into play to achieve getting to 10K and beyond. But what I do want to address is, again, I got this from my mentor, Chris Ducker, the stop, stay, start audit. What is that, you might ask? Great question. Well, what it is that in everything that we do, there's elements that we get stuck in the weeds. We're doing things that perhaps aren't the best use of our time. Let's say that, for example, that you know that you haven't posted on your socials for a while and you think, right, I must go and do some content. And you pull your phone out, you start scrolling through and you get lost in the scroll looking at all the various Instagram, Facebook, Twitter posts or whatever they might be. Is that a good use of your time? Absolutely not. So that would be, if you fall foul of that, then that might be something that you should stop. Equally, if you're poor at looking after your books, your bookkeeping and things like that, again, that might not be a good use of your time. Don't get me wrong, knowing your numbers is key to success in business. But if you're not that good at it and it takes you an age to do it, you're not going to enjoy that. So I would be looking at delegating tasks like that to an assistant, to a bookkeeper, so that you can focus on your strengths and on the tasks that you do enjoy. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a list on a separate sheet of all the tasks that I look to do. Then I'm looking to see whether they are in alignment with my mission and my goals for the year and for the quarter in question. Those that are, they stay. I keep them on my to-do list. Those that are pulling me away from my mission and take up too much of my time and I don't enjoy, then they go in the stop column. And then there's tasks that I really should be doing or you should be doing, but you're not finding the time or making the time to do them, but really you need to have them on your list to enable you to achieve your goals. Then they should go in that column there. And if you follow this format and you use a tool like this, believe me, you will find it invaluable in getting traction to where you want to go. I do a roadmap when we have guests on as well, and this is what this element is where we go through, but we're not focusing on that today, all the success drivers. What I want to draw your attention to is, now that you've clear on things that you should be stopping, staying or starting, and you've got an outline of how the previous quarter went, now we start forward planning. And this is a simple one-page planner that you can print out once it's completed and have it in focus each and every day over the next 90-day window. This will really give you traction to enable you to achieve everything that you want to achieve and more. So let me tell you a little bit about it. All starts in this top left-hand corner. What's the quarter all about? So this will be an outline. It could be a theme. It could be a particular new service that you're looking to bring in. For example, for me, I've got a number of different things on the go at the moment. One of them is that I've got a new lead magnet that I'm bringing to the table. And so that is the launch of that, which will then lead into a new program. So once I'm clear on what that quarter is about for you, perhaps you're looking to introduce a brand new online training program. In order for you to do that, what are the three big things you must get done? Well, obviously, the first is you've got to have that program in all set up, all in place. So maybe that's the first element of it. Second thing is, obviously, you want to be able to promote it. So you'll build out your marketing funnel for that, which will consist of, I suspect, a landing page on your website where you can promote and direct traffic to in order for them to sign up to that new program. But equally, you're going to want to have some content created that you can promote and build awareness of that. So that would be your third element there. The next, the bottom component of this planner is looking at, I call this section Show Me the Money, because it's all about the numbers. And we're looking at where you are now. And if you think back, for example, if I scroll back, pardon the scroll, to the 6-figure Fit Pro roadmap that I do. Let's say, for example, that you're currently generating between 3 and 5K a month. And in the programs that I offer, the next level up is 5 to 7K. So let's say you're at 5K and you want to get to 7K. So that's an additional $2,000, pounds, euros, whatever your currency is. Then that gives us a good target to aim for. So if I scroll back to our planner, so let's say that you're currently at 5K per month on average, and you're looking to get to 7K per month, then there's a difference of 2,000. Once we know the difference and you know the prices of the services that you offer, you can do a simple calculation to determine how many new clients or members you need to attract and to sign up to enable you to hit that target. That's why I love this sheet, because it gives us simple numbers to aim at. So let's say, for example, you need to find an additional 10 new clients over the next 90 days. Well, that's our magic number, 10. So each and every day, we can then determine what we are doing to chip away at that number to help us achieve those 10 new members over the course of the next 3 months. And the final box on this is worth the work. We need to reward ourselves. I don't think we do a good enough job that when we achieve our goals, that we reward ourselves. We're big as fitness professionals, encouraging our clients to reward themselves when they hit their targets. Well, hey, it's the same thing for you. So what reward can you give yourself? It doesn't have to be too big, but in the first week of July, so after the end of Q2, what's your reward going to be? Could be as simple as taking your significant other out for a nice meal. Could be to reward yourself for a weekend away. Or it might be, hey, you want to get a new piece of kit for the studio. Whatever that reward is, jot it down here so you can see clearly what you're striving to achieve to enable you to do that. So that's the 90-day intent planner. I find that this action going through each quarter gives us drive, gives us determination, and it gives us a clear goal and roadmap to help us achieve that magic number. So in this example, 10 new clients, and the reward we're going to give ourselves to enable us to do that, and the 3 big things that we need to achieve over the course of the next 3 months to help us achieve that. Hope you found this useful. If you want to join me on filling this in live, then you can find out more at andrewwallis.com/deep dive. I'll post the details there on that. Or if you want to go alone and do this and you would like a copy of this, drop a note below and I will get a copy of this over to you. Take care, and I will catch you again in an upcoming masterclass, but bye for now.